Okay, hi everyone. Here's a really quick tip about how to stop strobing in your videos. So just now I've got these pretty horrible lights there and there. And I'm doing it at 60 frames a second with the 60th of a second shutter speed. Now if I increase my shutter speed up to 125, it still looks okay, but you can tell that there's a little bit. It's not a rolling shutter, it's a strobing effect. Now if I go up even faster, let's bring it up to 400th of a second. Now you should all really be seeing now a kind of a warping of like lights coming down the way. And that's actually to do not with the rolling shutter, not with the camera, and not even with the shutter speed, but actually with the frames per second. So just now let's see if we can make that look even worse. Let's get it up to 800th of a second, and it's really starting to strobe there. But watch this, without me doing anything, I'm going to change it so there's no strobing. And da-da! Now there's no strobing. I'm still at 800th of a second, but as you can see, there's just no strobing light whatsoever. And if I bring it down to 125th of a second, there, absolutely nothing happening. And what I've done is change it to 50 frames a second. Not 50th of a second shutter speed, but 50 frames a second by putting the camera into PAL mode. And the reason behind PAL and NTSC being different is nothing to do with your types of TVs or anything like that. It's to do with the frequency of the lights that you get in your different countries. So for example, in America, your lights have a 60 Hertz frequency. Meanwhile in Britain, it has a 50 Hertz frequency. So changing it from a 50th of a second to 60th of a second, 60 frames, so changing it from 50 frames a second to 60 frames a second would mean that you're out-syncing the British light system. So if you're in America, you don't ever really want it to be in 50 frames a second, otherwise you get that strobing effect again. However, this doesn't really matter if you're outside doing outdoor shots. So if you're doing sports and you want really as many frames a second as you can, then you can put it up to NTSC and do like skateboarders jumping or snowboarders jumping and stuff like that. And that's absolutely fine. But if you are indoors and you're using these lights, any lights inside the UK, or in Europe I think, then you need to have it at 50 frames a second to stop the strobing effect. If you're in America, you need it at NTSC, which is 60 frames a second. Okay, so I hope that helps. Cheers, bye.